they're pretty depleted.
Big win for the Spurs, 3 in a row. Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammond talking to Bill Schoening right now. Let's listen in.
Make sure that we came in, get the Christmas Day food worked out of our bodies because we know we have a big challenge in front of us tomorrow.
You've got 3 straight wins now, and you feel like you got a little momentum going, because I remember we had you on maybe a week or so ago, and you said we have to follow up wins with wins now instead of going back and forth. But now, especially with the 3 great offensive performances you've had in a row, you got to feel like you got a little momentum heading forward.
Yeah, we definitely had great responses. I think our team knows what's going on with the other team, and sometimes.
O'Fallon, welcome in.
I didn't feel that
Christopher
way.
Summers.
Tonight, I felt like our guys stepped on the gas pedal from the first quarter and kept going. Obviously, our defense tightened up a little bit in that second and third quarter, which it needed to. But overall, after having a couple days off, I thought we came out and executed and were competitive.
Joe Garcia, welcome.
As a point guard, I know you always look at assists after the game.
Dave Emilio, Luisa, welcome in.
Tonight, a season best 39 assists. What did you like about the way the ball was moving tonight?
I mean, we get to shoot. You go back and you look at our shooting percentages. When you shoot open ones, you tend to shoot a better percentage. So the fact that they're sharing it and everyone's accountable for playing the right way, I think everybody gets more when everybody.
That was also the 600th win at the AT&T Center.
Pop's going to
get which is the most of any team since the arena opened in 2002.
Career high 11 assists for Trey Jones. What have you seen in his development, Becky?
Oh, I mean, we've loved Trey since he's set foot on our Spurs court, but he's really developed some of his finishing around the basket. Obviously, he's still working on his 3-ball, but he puts in a lot of work. He's a guy that is kind of a natural point guard. That's who he's been his entire career. And so
Frank Ramirez, welcome.
You put some pieces.
Rubiana Haney, welcome in.
You can find them.
Pop was talking about
hello, Nicole. Go Spurs, go.
Wants to get better, and you get that from a young guy with some talent.
Bill Schoening with Spurs assistant coach Becky Hammond.
Really loves to play defense. He knows exactly who he is, his identity, and he stays in that lane. And I think
if we fly through this, I hope we do. Fingers crossed. I want to be out by the top of the hour.
I want to ask.
That's what I'm hoping for. It all depends on how fast he goes.
He's playing right now. But,
okay.
It's amazing the way he has just kind of come on, and you can.
Peter Villarreal, Jason Salinas, Frank Ramirez, welcome in.
He's not like a real true rookie out there, is he?
No. He knows how to play. He's been around
3 in a row
for a while on a professional level.
4 out of 5. 10 out of 15.
He went down to the gym.
Mariana Garcia, welcome.
Kind of shake off the rust a little bit, and went down there and torched it up. And there's a couple matchups where we're like, okay, let's see what he's got. And he's produced every time we've put him out on the court. Been very solid, especially just defensively, knowing the schemes and understanding how to play, understanding how we want to play. So, we're really tickled with what he's done the last couple weeks.
Great, Becky. Thanks very much. We appreciate the time. Congratulations on the win.
Yep.
Spurs will win tonight, 144-109 over the Detroit Pistons. As the Spurs improve the record to 14-18, the Pistons now 5-27. Again, the Spurs hosting the Utah Jazz tomorrow evening. 7:30 start. We'll be in there at 7 o'clock with Spurs Radio Game Night. We'll have more from the AT&T Center. The Spurs win tonight, 144-109 over Detroit. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
AT&T,
everyone new and
Jason Paniagua, Jeff McClanahan, Joanne Hernandez. Now, granted, Detroit was very, very shorthanded tonight, but the Spurs have gone through that as well. There was no DeJounte Murray tonight for the Spurs. Spurs will, I think this all evens out for all teams ultimately. Bottom line, Spurs have won 10 out of 15. In those 15 games, they won at Golden State. They won at Utah. They won at the Clippers. They won at the Lakers. They darn near beat Phoenix at Phoenix and here. Taro Kotani, the greatest international Spurs fan. Hello, Taro, joining us. Taro, Thursday. All right, Taro will remind me as we get closer to Thursday. Taro's talking about my show on Ticket 760. We talk a lot of Spurs every morning, 6 to 9 a.m., along with Shannon Salty Sweeney. Ticket 760 out of San Antonio, AM 1300 The Zone out of Austin. Yeah, there you go, Joe Garcia. So, yeah, I don't apologize for this win tonight. Cynical people may say, the Pistons aren't that good and they were shorthanded. Well, yeah, okay. Here's Bill.
So with the Pistons this evening, this, by the way, was the 600th
Elizabeth, what's up?
win for the San Antonio Spurs in the AT&T Center. The 600th overall win for the Spurs in this building. Of course, the Spurs started playing in this building, what was known as the SBC Center, back in 02-03, and they have the best home record of any arena since 02. In fact, the Spurs have won 600 games at home since this arena opened. Dallas has won 523, so the Spurs are lapping
there
the
you
field.
Go, Joe.
Utah's third at 520, so the Spurs the most dominant home team in the NBA during the entire length of the life of the AT&T Center. 144-109, the Spurs with the victory over the Pistons. All right, let's take a look at some individual
Bill with some
now.
numbers here.
First of all, we'll look at the scorers from Detroit. They had 4 starters score in double figures, led by Amadou Diallo with 28 points. He also had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. 23 points and 8 rebounds for Sadiq Bey. 20 points and 6 boards for Luka Garza. He played 20 minutes and fouled out. 17 points for Frank Jackson. Derek Walton Jr. played 31 minutes but did not score. Off the bench, 9 points each for Czech Diallo and Cassius Stanley, and 3.
There you go.
Davidas Servidis.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
By the way, played 18 minutes, went 0 for 7 from the field. For the Spurs, they were led by Keldon Johnson, 27 points and 5 rebounds for Keldon Johnson tonight.
Hello, Andy.
Performance brought to you by BMW of San Antonio. Johnson's numbers very good. 10 of 12 from the field, 4 of 4 from three-point range, and 3 of 3 from the line. The ultimate performance brought to you by BMW of San Antonio. Keldon Johnson turns that one in tonight. Among the other starters, 14 points for Jakob Poeltl on 7 of 8 shooting. He also had 4 rebounds, and he had 2 assists as well. 13 points for Doug McDermott on 5 of 10 shooting. He had 3 threes. And 10 points for Keita Bates-Diop, 3 of 4 from the field. He had 6 boards and 2 assists. Again, no DeJounte Murray this evening, as the Spurs will miss him for a while because of health and safety protocols. 7 points and 10 assists for Derek White, who was 1 of 3 from the field, but again, 10 assists tonight for White. 8 points each off the bench for Walker, Vassell, and Trey Jones. Jones with a career-high 11 assists this evening. A career-high and 18 points for Jock Landale, who was 7 of 9 from the field. And he's got 5 rebounds and 3 assists. You heard Becky Hammond just talk about the fact that this guy knows how to play, having played overseas. He's a 26-year-old NBA rookie who has played in Serbia and also in Australia. Bryn Forbes tonight, 2 of 10 from the field. He finishes with 9. Josh Primo, 3 of 7 from the field. All 3 were threes.
Thank you, Evan.
9 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists to Josh Primo. Drew Eubanks, 8 points and 7 boards. 3 points for Joe Wieskamp. Devontae Kaycock had a late basket. 144-109, the final score. The Spurs with the victory over the Pistons. And now the Spurs will take on the Utah Jazz. We understand that Utah star Donovan Mitchell is not going to be available tomorrow night with a lower back issue. 144-109 is the score, as the Spurs with the victory tonight over the Detroit Pistons. That's the final score, and we'll be checking in with Chris Duel here in just a moment. This is Spurs Radio.
All right. Yeah, that's a big now, we won't have DeJounte Murray tomorrow night, but as Bill pointed out, Donovan Mitchell will not play for the Utah Jazz tomorrow night. Let me check with Bill. Michael. Am I next? Yes. Okay, I'll blow through this. Nicholas, yeah. Jock Landale's been amazing. Yeah, Randy says big test tomorrow. Yeah, Randy, we beat them, as you know, in Utah just a few days ago. I sure wish we had DeJounte Murray, but we'll sit DeJounte and they'll sit Donovan Mitchell, so maybe that evens things out a little bit. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate it, man. Peter Villarreal pointing out we've got Keldon Johnson. Keldon's been amazing. All right, I do a little segment here on the radio on post game, and then we'll do react. Yeah, gosh, what a great if they can win over the Jazz, man. 3 in a row right now, 4 out of 5 and 10 out of 15. Hello, Joe. Jesse Bratton, welcome in. Becky Hammond on a commercial. We just heard her with Bill.
What if it's about striving for excellence and being the best me without the label?
It's not about what others say you should.
Have you Keldon coming in?
Financial services
Sounds good. Thank you.
that focuses on your measures of success. Whether it's for your home or business, we offer personalized service and expert advice to help you achieve your unique goals.
Visit swbc.com for financial services without the labels.
Here we go.
Off to Johnson. Right side, Jones gets a screen from Landale. Now backs up a dribble, lobs down low to Johnson. Johnson posting up on Jackson. One-hander in the lane. Good. Little hook shot for Keldon Johnson. He's got 27. 101-68 is the score.
And Keldon Johnson did indeed finish with 27 points as the San Antonio Spurs win their third in a row, 4 out of their last 5, 10 out of their last 15. Spurs beat the Detroit Pistons 144-109 from the Spurs Net Center. I'm Chris Duel. Programming note on the flagship station, Spurs Radio 1200 WOAI. Our Spurs React with Michael, Bartlett, and myself coming at you on the flagship station, and we stream live video on 1200 WOAI's Facebook and Twitter pages. You can join us on the live video feed. We get an international audience on that, which is cool. Scores from around the NBA in progress. Early fourth quarter, Bulls 95, Pacers 81. Late second quarter, Nuggets 57, Clippers 47. Everything else final. Heat beat the Magic 93-83. Cavs over the Raptors 144-99. It was the Sixers over the Wizards 117-96. Grizzlies beat the Kings 127-102, and the Thunder over the Pelicans 117-112. Meanwhile, in Arlington, NFL football on a Sunday night, 18 seconds to go before halftime, and the Dallas Cowboys are trouncing the Washington football team 35-7. Once again, Spurs React coming at you on the flagship station, Spurs Radio 1200 WOAI. After a quick wrap-up from Bill Schoening at the AT&T Center, where the Spurs score their high of the season in points and defeat the Detroit Pistons 144-109. Spurs Radio continues in a moment.
Come work at your local Pizza Hut.
Right, yeah, we're not going to be able to get out of the top.
Not for everyone. You could even be a delivery.
905, 910, somewhere in there.
At jobs.
Okay. You want to jump in?
I'm still waiting for him. I haven't gotten anything done for him.
So that's a no currently,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's something we grew up doing.
Wow.
And it's something that defines who we are.
Dalton Schultz just got
shot. Can you give me the ID and then toss it to the close?
Yes.
Thank you.
ID coming.
Yes.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz just got. Oh my God, he got.
That is targeting.
Yeah.
Has to be.
You grow.
Yeah, I hope they. Led with his head. Led with his head.
And he lunges.
And existing customers get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office.
And he catches the flag like a punk.
Yeah.
Grandma had a video call. And teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Anna. Okay, your other left.
Hello, Beth Settle.
Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone.
See, Chris Duel is joining us, but I know that's Beth Settle. Hello, Beth. Ralph Balderas. Ralph, I saw you did some great Okay. You had some great social media over Christmas, Ralph.
Savings and availability coupons vary.
Okay, here we go. From the Spurs Net Center, I'm Chris Duel. Before we toss it to Bill Schoening, right now, as we approach the top of the hour, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves along the Spurs radio network.
News radio.
Right, and just toss it to Bill. So we can close.
Breaking news, traffic, and weather.
And now back to Bill Schoening at the AT&T Center.
The Senior Director of Broadcasting is Mike Ciccarello.
Thank you.
Handles commercial traffic along with Leah Resendez. Tonight's broadcast
You're welcome.
Sam Walters, our statistician.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
Against the Utah Jazz. And we'll be on the air at 7 o'clock with Spurs.
Amari Cooper on the catch. Cowboys will go up 42-7.
Need to see the field the second half.
That's the fact. Dak.
This is Bill Sheldon. Thank you for joining us this evening. The final score.
He does not need to see the field the second half.
9. This has been a presentation of Spurs.
42-7 Cowboys at halftime. There you go, Elizabeth. Coop.
Spurs Radio Game Night Rewind has been brought to you by AT&T. The game we live for, the codes we live by. And by
Now, since you're working, you want to skip calls? Would that make your life easier?
Germania Insurance.
I haven't gotten any so far, so
If you're a big
way we can just get in and out.
Yeah.
is a big fan
I'll
of
go like
yours.
7.
Okay.
Do you want to go or no?
I'm still waiting for him. He's
Okay,
having
I
issues.
will. I'll tell you what. I will throw to you, and you can wave me off, and that's okay. If you can't go, wave me off,
Okay.
and I'll even preface it saying you're doing a lot of post game.
You know what? If nothing else, just go to me right at the beginning, and I'll just drop the whole how you like us now.
All right, let's go to you at the beginning. Let's go to you at the beginning, and if you want to say something else, say it. All right.
I'm Dr. Hamid Mizani, founder and president of South Texas.
Yeah, Michael does in a brand new Christmas gift Cowboys T-shirt for Michael. Michael does a lot of post game wrap up audio with Bill. So that's why it's not always, but it's sometimes questionable as to whether or not Michael can go. By the way, on my show tomorrow morning, I'll talk a lot of Spurs, 6 to 9 a.m. on Ticket 760. We do a live video feed like this. Here we go.
This is Game Night React.
Here we go.
On the home of the Spurs.
Spurs are back!
Radio 1200 WOAI.
How do you like us now? 538.com.
That is Michael Bartlett, and we're going to go to Michael here in a moment. Spurs, a huge win. They beat the Detroit Pistons 144-109. That's 3 in a row, 4 out of 5, 10 out of 15. And it's Spurs React with Chris Duel and Michael Bartlett. Michael, I know you do a lot of post-game audio, a lot of post-game work with Bill, so we're going to bring you on early here. Michael, what about Spurs fans? No, they wouldn't be Spurs fans. What if people go, it was Detroit and they were shorthanded, man? That's not an impressive win. What would you say to those people?
Hey, you know what? We had a bad game against a very depleted Sacramento Kings team. Didn't take care of business, took care of business tonight without our leader, DeJounte Murray. So tomorrow, you got to take advantage of the Utah Jazz being without Donovan Mitchell, make it another 4-game winning streak. And when was the last time we had 2 4-game winning streaks in the same season, Chris? That's been some time.
It's been a while, maybe even since some guy named number 2 went away. All right, Michael Bartlett, any final words here on React? I know you got a lot of work to do.
Jock Landale, baby. Jock Landale. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I mean, what's so amazing is in the last 2 games, you had some players show up and really assert themselves. In the previous game, Keita Bates-Diop went nuts for 30 points. And you know, now you had Jock Landale tonight go with 18. Jock Landale in the plus 26. He led the Spurs in the plus minus category. That was the best plus minus. Now you had some other big plus minuses. Keldon Johnson a plus 25. Dougie McBuckets a plus 23. You had Derek White with a plus 23 starting at point guard tonight for DeJounte Murray. Those are your Spurs in 20 plus on the plus minus. But all in all, just a spectacular victory for the San Antonio Spurs. And I was talking to the people on the live video feed. And by the way, we stream live video on 1200 WOAI's Facebook page and 1200 WOAI's Twitter page. I just brought it up to Michael. There are some people, some cynics who might say, hey, Detroit is depleted. Even when they weren't depleted this season, they're not that good. They've got a really poor record. Well, you know, the Spurs and every team in the NBA is going through it with A, injuries, and B, kind of like 1A, because the health and safety protocol losses have been profound lately across the NBA. And the Spurs tonight lose DeJounte Murray to health and safety protocol. So it's happening to everyone. And I've said this. I say this about bad foul calls. I say this about injuries. And now in the modern COVID era, I say it about health and safety protocols. I think it all evens itself out in the end. I mean, Pop said this before the game, and we brought you the audio. every team is dealing with this, and it's now the Spurs are dealing with this with DeJounte Murray, their best player, a guy who's playing at an all-star caliber. Now, going into tomorrow night, and it will be a back-to-back tomorrow night against the Utah Jazz, and the Jazz are not playing tonight. So advantage Jazz, they're in San Antonio, snuggling comfortably in their beds with visions of sugar plums probably dancing in their heads because, it's the day after Christmas. So advantage Jazz there. But interestingly, and Bill has reported this, Donovan Mitchell, arguably the best player next to Rudy Gobert, who is also phenomenal. But Donovan Mitchell will not play tomorrow night for the Utah Jazz. He's got some lower back issues. So both teams without phenomenal players tomorrow night. The Spurs without DeJounte Murray for health and safety protocols, and the Utah Jazz without Donovan Mitchell. A couple of other things we want to mention about tonight. Keldon Johnson, my goodness, 27 points to lead the Spurs in scoring. Let's look at his entire box score. 23 minutes for Keldon Johnson, 10 of 12 from the field, lights out. 4 of 4 from three-point country, perfect. 3 of 3 from the line, perfect. 5 rebounds, an assist. Keldon Johnson, the plus 25 and the plus minus, I mentioned, second only to Jock Landale with the plus 26 in the plus minus. Brian Birdie joining us on the live video feed just wrote, our starters got a lot of rest tonight. That's huge. That's a great point. Going into a back-to-back tomorrow night against a very good Utah Jazz team. And, oh, by the way, a Jazz team that some people and some very, very knowledgeable analysts are saying that Jazz team could vie for the NBA Finals, if not the championship. So it's a great Jazz team. Remember, just about a week ago, the Spurs went to Utah and beat this Jazz team in Utah with Donovan Mitchell. Of course, the Spurs had DeJounte Murray that night. So the Spurs now on a roll, have won 3 in a row. They're very confident that they can win this game at home tomorrow night against the Utah Jazz. It would be a great victory for the Spurs if they could win it tomorrow night against the Jazz. Oh, by the way, tomorrow morning on my show, the Chris Duel show on Ticket 760 out of San Antonio and out of Austin, AM 1300 The Zone, Shannon Salty Sweeney, my partner on that show on Christmas vacation. So it'll be me and Jeremy Kolak, who is the Soundscape stylist. I will talk a lot of Spurs tomorrow morning, and I'll talk a lot of Spurs with you if you want to jump in. And we also have a live video feed of that show, just like we do Spurs React. So tomorrow morning, 6 to 9, the Chris Duel show on Ticket 760 and AM 1300 The Zone out of Austin. We'll be talking a lot of Spurs. So we want to thank Bill Schoening, another spectacular call in his 21st year as the radio voice of the San Antonio Spurs. On-site engineer Sam Walters doing a great job making his daddy, Dan Walters, proud, who taught him everything he knows. Dan Walters, a longtime iHeartRadio spectacular engineer who just retired in 2021. And, of course, veteran statistician Walter Stoops. Nobody does it better than Walter Stoops, who's been doing it for many, many years. For those gentlemen, and Michael Bartlett in his brand new Dallas Cowboys t-shirt that he's wearing. You can see it on the live video feed, and his brand new Christmas watch. Michael Bartlett raked it in on Christmas, and it's a Merry Christmas. Spurs win, Cowboys winning big, Houston Texans win. I'll take all of that. I'll take the trifecta on the day after Christmas. Tomorrow night, it'll be the Spurs and the Utah Jazz. Tip-off just after 7:30. That means Spurs radio game night with the voice of the San Antonio Spurs, Bill Schoening, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. For all those gentlemen I just mentioned, for all of the Spurs, for everybody on Spurs Radio and at iHeartRadio, I'm Chris Duel. Once again, the final score, the San Antonio Spurs beat the Detroit Pistons 144-109. This has been Spurs React on Spurs Radio 1200 WOAI. Thanks, everybody. We will see you 6 in the morning. And we do video like this. We'll see you 6 in the morning. Chris Duel Show. Ticket 760, AM 1300 The Zone. 3 in a row, 4 out of 5. 10 out of 15. In Pop we trust. Go Spurs, go. Por Vida.